Hi everyone. I really need to make an update to my warning video, which is this last video that I did right here, the April warning video. And this is the table that I started with earlier today when I had made that video. And I've been out most of the day, so it's not like I've been on the computer all day searching for terms or anything like that. I just sat down a little while ago, maybe about an hour ago, at the computer, and I just thought I would check for some more terms in this table. And let me just show you, what I found so far. And this is what I started with. And all I did is, for about 30 minutes or so, is put in a few more terms. So it's not like I've been working on this all day. I just tried these terms and they pretty much all came up, so I just want to show them to you. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, first let me show you, well, I'll go ahead and pull this up, but I'll show you what I already had first. Okay, this is what I started with. It was April, Passover, Star, Holy Land, First, Reap, Earth. Okay, that was my original table that I found earlier today. It had Pass, Star, it had Earth over here, Reap, and then April here in the light red, and over for Passover, first month, first day of the month, Star. Okay, so that's what I started with, and then I'll go to the next one. Over here, I decided to put in the word death, and sure enough, that came up. It comes up here in the wine color with the letters D, E, A, T, H. And as you can see here, it lines up touching right against the word star. So apparently this is a death star. Okay, so I'll go to the next. These are all coming up in Ezekiel 29. Whenever the matrix shifts, I just ignore that. I only use terms that come up in the same matrix. So everything that you see is pretty much going to be in this section of scriptures. It can vary a little bit, but it's pretty much this area of scripture right here. So I'll go on to the next one. So then I decided to put in mass, death. So I'll show you that. So that came up, sure enough, the word mass came up over here in the green, the letters M, A, S, S. And here you have death. And remember, we had earth over here previously, and then reap here in the yellow, April in the light red, Passover up here in the pink and the lavender. Okay, I'll go on to the next one. So then, okay, this is where my heart sank when I put this term in, and let me just explain. Before I put that term in, I was just looking over the text, and I saw this word right here, which looks like Messiah, right here. So I thought, well, let me try putting in Messiah. So I tried that, and sure enough, it came up, and it comes up right here in the green, as you can see here. The letters M, E, S, well, actually this is the S, and then another S, and then I, and then A, and then H. So I'll just have to say my heart sank when I saw that come up, because that's not a very small word to come up. That's a pretty big word to come up. In the table, it comes up next to star, and remember we had death right before that. Death star. Okay, Messiah, he's going to come in judgment. So he comes up right there. Then the next thing I try to put in is dead, rise. So I put that in, and that came up sure enough. And sorry for the interruptions. Okay, so you see dead right here in the green, and then rise over here in the wine color. That's D, E-A-D, and then rise in the wine with R-I-S-E. Okay, I'm sorry for the interruptions. My kids want to watch TV, but I really want to get this out. Okay, so the next one, so then I decided to put in Pentecost, and I couldn't put in the whole word Pentecost. I actually put it in this way and it came up, but that came up in a different matrix. But Pent is the prefix for, it's the number 5 in the Greek, so words like Pentagon, words like that start out with the prefix Pent, so it means 5. And then cost is just a way of saying 50 in the Greek. So I put it in that way and it came up. So I'll just show it to you. Alright, so you have the prefix Pent right here, P-E-N-T, which means 5. And then cost is 50. It's like 5 and then T-Y for 50. So, and you have cost over here, and of course, there's going to be a lot of cost involved with all the death and everything, so it could have another meaning as well, but cost comes up in the blue right here with the letter C-O-S-T. Okay, and let's see what else. Oh, so I wanted to do another, put it in a different way as reinforcement to make sure it's talking about Pentecost. So I tried putting 5 times 10, and times didn't come up, but just time did. So then I added the S to the 10, so it would be like 5 tens, which is 50, but time also came up, so it could go either way, and I'll show you that one. So I put in April, Passover, Star, Holy, Dead, Rise, 5 tens, which is 50, or 5 times time, 10. First I did 10, and then I added the S. So it's 5 tens, which is 50, or 5 times 10. And the word time came up right here in the wine, and this is particularly interesting how time came up right over here next to Jehovah, and it came to pass in the 27th year, in the first month, in the first day of the month, and that's where you have time. So the time came to pass. Okay, and then tens came up over here in the blue with the letters T-E-N-S, and then 5 is here in the green. So 5 tens, and 5 is over here with the F, and then goes around this way with the I-V-E. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so then I wanted to do another verification for Pentecost. So I put in I tried to put in loaves, and that didn't come up. So I tried it in the singular, and that came up. And then once that came up, I just tried to put in another word. Like I had tried to put wheat, and that didn't come up. So then I put meal, and that did come up. So it came up, the number 2 with loaf in the singular, and then meal. So you see meal over here in the blue. You see loaf in the wine color, the letters L-O-A-F. And the number 2 is right here in the green, the letters T-W-O. And rise could also be speaking of the leavening, because the 2 loaves are baked with leaven, so that bread rises. And then, of course, originally it said dead rise, but I had to take some words. Well, actually, dead is still in there. So dead is still in there, but the rise could also refer to the bread. Okay, the next one, since meal came up, I decided to put in fine because the Bible talks about fine meal. It has to be sifted fine. This is, you know, the refined wheat that the bread is made out of. And so fine came up, and you see it here in the burgundy with the letters F-I-N-E. And okay, so I also wanted to see if it's making reference to the 2 olive trees, and olive did not come up, but oil did. And since loaf was in the singular, I tried tree in the singular because it didn't work in the plural, and it came up in the singular. So you have 2 oil tree that came up, and you have oil here in the wine color, the letters O-I-L, and loaf is here in the green, and tree is here in the blue, the letters T-R-E-E. Okay, and the next thing I tried was to see if it's talking about the Jews and the Gentiles, and Jew came up in the singular over here in the blue, the letters J-E-W, and I couldn't get Gentile to come up, so I just put in non-Jew, and that did come up. Non is over here in the wine, the letters N-O-N, and then Jew is here in the blue. And let's see, then I tried to put in Noah's Ark because I saw the word ark in the plain text. Somewhere in the plain text I saw the word ark. So I decided to put in Noah's Ark, and Noah's came up sure enough right next to over. We have Passover up here. And Noah comes up in the green with the letters N-O-A-H-S. Noah's Ark over here in the wine, and it's right next to rise. So Noah's Ark is gonna rise. And okay, I think that's just a double there. Okay, and then I wanted to, since the Messiah is coming, I wanted, because of the word rise, I wanted to see if it was going to be the rise of the anti-Messiah as well, which I believe they both come at the same time. The true and the false will arrive at the same time. And sure enough, anti came up, meshed in with Messiah. So anti is in the green here with the letters A and T-I, and Messiah is in the wine, the letters M-E-S. Okay, don't see the other S. Okay, it looks like Messiah shares with rise because it would be M-E, and then the S would be here where it has rise in the yellow, and then the next S would be here, and then I, and then A, and then H, and anti was in the green. So they both rise at the same time. The Messiah and the anti-Messiah will appear at the same time. And this is all I tried. I could have kept going, but I figured I had enough here. I'm sure there's a lot more in there. And keep in mind, all these terms are coming up in this small little matrix over here. And I just thought it was important to share this and to do an update. And since I'm about out of time, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I just wanted to share this and get this out. And I just, pray blessings on everyone that watches this video. Thank you.